Goodison was rocking again at the weekend. Another big scalp for the Blues at home. Unbeaten in 9 now. What's been making a difference recently?
I think the main difference has been the kind of revitalising effect of the January signings. Stephen Pienaar and Nikica Jelavic both coming in late in the day in January, and for so long we've said that a little bit of a positive break in the transfer market would give Everton an impetus, and it has, without a shadow of a doubt. It's helped, but so too is the way David Moyes has managed to galvanise his team into that traditional post-January New Year kind of renewed zeal and effort, and it really has. They both combined to produce some excellent results, particularly at Goodison. They've beaten Manchester City, Chelsea and now Spurs, and I think it's fair to say there's a real buoyancy about the mood around Everton, and ahead of a massive week when there's a lot to play for.
This is it. And just to focus on the performance of Jelavic at the weekend, dream start to him with a goal at Goodison, and not a lot of evidence of what kind of striker he'll be so far. We haven't seen too much of him, but what type of player do you think he'll be for the Blues?
I think, like you say, we haven't had that many opportunities to assess him in any kind of meaningful way, because before Saturday he played little bits and pieces away from Goodison Park while he was trying to regain full fitness and full sharpness, really. I think we saw it on Saturday, a tantalising glimpse of what we can expect, and it really was tantalising, because finally it looks as if Everton have got a striker who's a predator, someone who can finish chances, and like I said today in the match report, someone who can score the goals that helps them maybe edge out tight games where they're not going to score more than one. For so long they've been crying out for a striker who can just be decisive and finish moves, and sometimes against sides of the quality of Spurs you only get one chance, and it was one chance, one goal for Jelavic, and he took it so well, whilst credit also has to go to the tremendous assist from Leon Osman. But Jelavic looks like a player who's, like I said, very clinical in the area. He looks like he's got physicality. He's a big, tall, strong centre forward. Was able to hold the ball up well, and able to buy Everton time when they're building attacks. The way they play, obviously, they like to play 4-4-1-1 with, say, it's Tim Cahill or Leon Osman behind a main striker. So, in that sense, you can see why Moyes has bought him and why Moyes has thought he'd be a good addition. But I don't think by any means he's a target man in the traditional sense of launching long balls up to him, like Duncan Ferguson tended to fall privy to, or maybe Andy Carroll across the park. I think he's a player who likes the ball at the deck, at his feet. He's got not bad pace, but he's probably not like a speed merchant. He looks like he's a good all-rounder, and like we saw on Saturday, someone who can confidently finish, and it really is an exciting addition. And
just lastly, looking ahead to tomorrow, Blues very much the form team going into the derby, but do you think the form book does go out the window for this one?
Bring all your cliches and lump them all in one big melting pot, and you'll get it. Yeah, form book out the window, all that sort of stuff. But there's a reason why it's a cliche. It's probably because it's true. Sometimes you've just got to treat them like completely separate entities. Merseyside derbies. Evertonians are never going to be full of confidence. Let's be honest. Going to Anfield, they haven't won there under David Moyes. So as we know at the moment, that's in 10 years, 10 painful years, without a win in the league at Anfield. So they're never going to go there. Certainly the supporters aren't going to go there full of confidence. The players might do though. The players might well do after the way they've played recently. Certainly, as you say, they are the form team. I just get the sense that Liverpool are almost guaranteed to produce a response from how I believe they were pretty poor at Sunderland. I can't see them playing like that 2 games in one, especially not in a Merseyside derby. And what might be interesting is how David Moyes tries to balance his resources. Obviously both teams have got big games on Saturday with FA Cup quarter-finals, but arguably Liverpool have got a bigger squad with perhaps more quality and strength and depth than Everton. So what you might say is that David Moyes even introduces a few fringe players for the derby, which is something that would be unheard of. Previously, you'd think starting 11 is your best 11 players for any Merseyside derby, but I perhaps mightn't be surprised if you saw the likes of Apostolos Velios, Jack Rodwell, players who are very highly thought of but been on the fringe of the first team for injury and other reasons, maybe starting at Anfield and maybe keeping the powder dry to some extent for the big game at Goodison on Saturday.